for the fans. Remember to like, share, subscribe and ring the notification bell for all future content. Come on, you irons!
Budgie, Green Street, the lead on the store. Yeah. Hey, stories to general chat. How you like that? We used to always come up with some rap. It's like new rap. You know, rap.
Don't forget, like, subscribe, share the content and tickle that bell.
Oh, good afternoon.
Yo.
Hello, mate. You alright?
I'm brand new when you're in the place, dog. How do you mean? I'm brand new when you're in the place, dog. Real talk. I'm ready to go.
Gosh. Anyway, so before we start going on about what we are here for, let's see who's in the house. Good afternoon, Richard. Richard Cox in the house. Thank you very much for joining me. Kieran's in the house. Ronnie's in the house. Reese is in the house.
Nice, my G.
Nice. Evening and good afternoon and good morning and however it comes to you. Right, so we're just doing a little practice run for Matchday Rewind.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, you've watched the video link that I sent you, I take it?
Bridget, I remember them things, like I remember the Cheltenham things, like I remember the Bolton things, like I remember the what we're talking about, the Tottenham things. I remember the Arsenal things, like let's run it.
Excellent. Right, okay, so what we're talking about then is the Carabao Cup game between Tottenham and West Ham at Wembley when they were playing their home games at Wembley, I believe, in 2017. We all know that the result was a resounding 3-2 win for West Ham.
Yeah.
And,
it didn't look that way in the first half, but we done got it right. It was
so the first half was looking pretty dire.
Yeah.
Pretty dire. But before we go into the actual match itself, just want to quickly go through some of the the lineup basically.
Let me just say two things, Budgie, you know me. I'm off my head, yeah? I'm off my head always. Let's go into how we got there. Like Cheltenham, yeah? Like Cheltenham. That was mad. Then it was Bolton. That was mad. Then it was Spurs. And then Welbeck kind of came well back to be Welbeck. Cheesy goal, if you ask me, dog. But you look back at it, what was it, Cheltenham? We done did them Sacco, I think he came through, and then Bolton 3-0, we done did them in, and I think that was
the game we're talking about today is the Tottenham game. To stop taking over. Right.
I'm sorry. You know what? You know what I'm going to do?
But it's good to have that background info. That's brilliant. Thank you. But what we're doing is we're talking about the Tottenham game right now.
Oh, didn't even go. Boom! No, I can't. Firecrackers, dog. Firecrackers.
Calm down, mate. This isn't what this show's about, Peach. It's not what this show's about, mate. Calm down or I'm stopping the show. Simple. Because I don't want this to look like a fucking freak show.
Ow, that hurt my hand. Ow.
I'm glad. Stop doing it.
Okay,
Last
done.
warning, Peach. Last warning. Stop. Right.
Firecracker.
Please, don't embarrass me on the channel, mate. It's not very nice.
I'll embarrass you. I'll pick you up all day long, dog. How you
Bringing
mean?
up firecrackers. I don't need that on the show, Peach.
I
We're
know.
trying to talk about football, not children's firecrackers, man. Calm down.
I hope it didn't ruin my phone. Still, it came close, but no, my phone's good. Okay.
Right.
I got
Okay. Right.
so many firecrackers though. Like so many.
Don't care. Do another one. I'm ending the stream. Simple.
Okay, go on. Go on.
Right.
Simpletons. Okay, go on.
Right. So we're talking about Tottenham versus West Ham.
Yeah.
In the Carabao Cup at Wembley. Okay. So the Tottenham lineup was Michel Formigal, Kieran Trippier, Juan Foyth, Alderweireld, and Davis across the back. Rose across the back. And then Davis, Dyer, Sissoko, and Son as the midfield pairings, and Ali and Llorente as the starting strikers.
That was Danny Rose's debut, wasn't it? I think if I'm right, that was Danny Rose's debut for Tottenham.
I believe it was. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you're right. Well,
Yeah.
we won't go into the Tottenham bench because they're not important to us.
No, they're not important.
What we are going to do is, when I can find something, bear with me a second. Oh, there it is. Got it. Right. Okay. So what we are going to do is we're going to go through the Tottenham. Sorry, not the Tottenham. We're going to go through the West Ham lineup now.
Declan, right.
In goal.
No. Adrian. Yeah.
Absolute perfect game for him on the day.
Legend.
And then his left back would have been Aaron Creswell.
Okay. Yeah. Byron played in this game, didn't he? Sam Byron played in this game, didn't he?
Yeah, he played as a right back though.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying he played in the match. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So you had Creswell on the left, and then in the centre you had Angelo Bonner.
Third goal wonder. Go on.
Yeah, and 1 second. Bear with me. I have got it here somewhere. There. A young Declan Rice. Bosh. And then, of course, young Sam Byram out on the right-hand side. Now, I've got to be honest with you, when I first saw the lineups on the day, I wasn't overly impressed. In fact, if anything, I was a little bit concerned. Let's take it off.
Yep.
I pressed the wrong bloody button. There we go. I was a little underwhelmed, if I'm honest with you, because I didn't really know anything about Declan Rice at the time. Sam Byram, to me, was a little bit under experienced.
Agreed.
You know, with Creswell and Ogbonna, that was where the strength was in that defence. So, but, it turns out they didn't do such a bad job in the second half. Unfortunately, Tottenham's second goal was off of a deflection from Rice's head. But, you can't blame him for that. He was trying to get in the way of the ball.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on into midfield, we had Czech Coyote. We had Mark, the captain, Noble.
Yes,
Manuel Lanzini.
Who set up the goal. Go on.
And one other, which was, hang on, where is he? There he is. Edmilson Fernandez. Do you remember him?
He set up the goal too, dog. He set up the second goal. Big time. Yo, big up. Yes. The Swift. Trust me.
Hold up. I've just. Right, there we go. I meant to press that. Right, there we go. Yes, so, and then, do you remember the front two?
The front two was Saka and Ayew.
No. It was
Am I wrong?
Andre Ayew, correct,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
and Andy Carroll.
No, Carroll was playing on the left that day. Psycho was playing up front, wasn't
No, no,
he? He came,
no.
oh no, Psycho came on though in the second half. I
No,
think.
Jacko weren't even on the bench, mate. I'm looking
Okay,
at the lineup right now on screen,
okay, so
and he
boo for
weren't even
me.
on the bench.
Okay, so boo for me. Boo for me.
Okay. But the bench consisted of Joe Hart. Hang on, let me get rid of that Andy Carroll. The bench consisted of Joe Hart, Jose Font, Marko
Yeah.
Arnautovic, Pedro
Oh,
Obiang,
yeah.
Siad Haksabanovic,
Hacksaw- Yeah.
Arthur Masuaku, and Javier Hernandez.
Yo, the goal that Matuaku scored against who was it? I think it was either Cheltenham or Bolton. I think it was Bolton. The third goal the Matuaku scored against Bolton. Unbelievable. I'll never forget that, dog. I'll never forget that. That was like Matuaku at his prime. Real,
Yeah.
and that was a shot. Wasn't a pass. But please,
Okay, so that was the lineups. Obviously, Slaven Bilic being the manager on the day. Well, at that period. So
yeah.
it was what was it? A quarter final, was it, or sixth
Yep.
round or something, wasn't it?
No, quarterfinal. It was the fourth round. It was fourth round, and then we went to fifth and got beaten by Welbeck.
We did actually go into the game with a bit of confidence, from what I was looking at, and within 5 minutes they bloody hit us cold though, didn't they? Do you remember that? Do you remember the goal?
Yeah, I remember that like whole turkey. Straight up.
Nice little touch down the left-hand side for Son to hook onto. Passes it into the middle with Sissoko running onto it. Couldn't fail but to get the ball on target. And he did well. He got it underneath Adrian.
Yep.
And, to be fair, Adrian did everything he could. He narrowed the angle. He narrowed the distance between him and Sissoko. The only thing was Sissoko did what a striker has to do, or what a goal scorer should do, and get the ball underneath him, which was, I've got to be honest with you, it was a really well-worked goal. Even though I don't like Tottenham, it was a really well-worked goal. Almost, as I said, almost hitting us cold on the break as well. We were putting on a bit of pressure on Tottenham at the time, and they broke out of their box, as it were, and down that left-hand side, and the rest is history.
Yep.
Would you remember about the second goal?
Yeah, it was. I know Dele Alli was included in it, and who scored it, guys? Who scored it? It was Dele Alli. Son scored it, maybe, because I remember Son
scored it off his head.
Oh, there you go. And Son and Dele Alli were celebrating like it was Christmas, Easter, and happy birthdays all at the same time.
Yes,
and then they were.
Trippier took a corner. The ball came back to him.
Yeah.
And then he worked with Ali, actually. He passed back to Ali. Ali passed it back to him. Ali ran into the box. Trippier put the ball into the box. Ali connected, headed it into the goal.
No,
he didn't head it into the goal. Sorry. He headed it and it was goal bound. And Adrian actually going the wrong way did a similar thing to what Areola did in Europe this year. He got the ball with his right hand, put the ball out, put the ball away. It was actually not the goal. That wasn't actually the goal. He picked up the ball on 18 yards, Dele Alli, for the second goal. Sorry, and had a fairly weak shot, which reflected off of Declan Rice's head and round Adrian. That was the second goal, wasn't it? Sorry.
But they were celebrating like they won the league, it was so. It was so good to see us come out in the second half. Continue.
Yeah. Right. Let's go back to the comments for a minute then.
Yeah, please.
Right. So, oh gosh, my notes have gone everywhere. Right. So where did we get to? Right. Here we go.
I don't got no notes. It's all in my head. Something in my head. I don't got no.
Okay, Richard, thank you for joining us. He's got to go back to the office. Right. Right, okay. Right, we're just chatting to each other. Hey, look, Wally says he loved Coyote. I did too, mate. And, you know, it's a shame that he went to Palace. And, you know, something, I would still have him back. I really would.
Me too,
I
dog.
would still have him back right now. I mean, look how well he performed in that midfield three when it was him and Nobes.
Oh,
really, with Lanzini and that, it was just brilliant. It was
different
brilliant.
level.
Gazza's in the house. Good afternoon,
What?
Gazza. Thank you for joining us, mate.
Love Gaza.
Lovely to see you all. Everyone's chatting. Luke Legends in the house. Good afternoon, Luke. Thanks for joining us, mate. What are they on about? Well, we're on about the Carabao Cup game against Tottenham.
Fourth round.
2017 when we beat them 3-2. We're actually at the moment we're 2-0 down, and we'll get back to the game in a minute. Let's just see who else. Yeah, that's the one. Thailand. Paul's in the house. Good afternoon, Paul. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Yeah, he's on his coffee. Oh, Wally's on his coffee. Yeah, Gazza says Coyote's 32 now, he thinks. I get that, but I'd still have him. I'd still have him. I don't care. To me, he was awesome. An awesome player. Loved him.
He was like whatchamacallit? He was like an underrated Yaya Toure, honestly, in my eyes. Like,
kind of.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was our equivalent to, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, agreed.
Agreed. Technically gifted, slightly less revered by the pundits, but equally as important to us as Toure was to City. Definitely.
100%.
Yeah. So, let's get back to the game. Second half. 2-0 down. 2-0 down. Everybody's telling everybody else that Tottenham have got the game sewn up, and ball dropped out to Fernandez at about, I don't know, I can't remember what the timing was, about 60-something minutes, 50-something.
Yeah, it was like 20 yards out. It was like outside the box.
22 yards, they're saying, aren't they? 22 yards. And he drives the ball in through the crowd. It don't touch anybody.
No.
And it's a really good on-target shot. And to be fair, I never expected that from him. That was the sort of thing you would expect Noble to produce. But he did, he produced it, and it actually required a decent save from Michel Vorm.
It did. Fernandez has that in his locker, and that's how Ayu got on the end of it, just clock right in the goal. Fernandez, I never knew why we sold Fernandez. Honestly, I never understood that. I
think he was sort of surplus to requirements. You know, he really wasn't getting a lot of game time.
I know, but you see that right there.
But when you think about it, we had Obiang that could have fitted in there. You know, we had Coyote, who was always on form. Noble, you know, Lanzini was in good form at that time. You know, and you know, to be fair, Marko Arnautovic had not long joined us at that point. You know, so he was messing around with his midfield quite a lot, and I think, you know, Fernandez was kind of the guy that suffered the fate of having too many midfield players. You know, similarly to now Alex Král, even though I think similarly to Alex Král, he's not getting game time because we've got a multitude.
No, Fernandez was way better than Alex Král, dog. Way better than Alex Král, and you always saw him. He was on the right.
In that time period, he suffered a similar fate. You know,
Word up.
There were far too many midfielders for him to challenge it week in and week out.
I thought I was always a fan of Fernandez. Always,
Yeah, me
like,
too. I always liked him. You know.
I did too,
Um,
my friend.
so then we move on to about 7 or 8 minutes later.
Lanzini.
Lanzini and Ayew are playing 1-2s again, aren't they?
Yes.
And the ball comes to Lanzini, and a deft little outside right foot touch across the box.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible touch, if you ask me. I mean, it was almost like the one he did last season when he was falling over and he was so kicking.
Yeah. Yes, Budgie.
Similar kind of reactional pass, and that's what I like about Lanzini. He's got that
Pure instinct, but like outside on the outside of his right foot, like pure like instinct. It was magic.
And Ayew's, you know, true to form, get him in the box. He get a shot on target, and he was, you know, right in front of the goal. The ball had 4 places he could have put it, and he made his choice. He got his second goal and wheeled away, slid on his knees and everything, which is a gift that is now available on many platforms. So, yeah, that was absolutely brilliant. You know, and to be fair, that brought it up to 2-2. And that's when people started believing again, you know, like the crowd. And, you know, and that's when Tottenham started getting worried. They started thinking, hang on a minute, this can't happen.
Squeaky bum time. It was squeaky bum time. Even the commentators were like, "Oh, West Ham got like an in the match now," and like we did have it in, and we went on to win it. Like, continue.
And then we move on to about another 11 minutes later, because it was about 17 minutes or so between all the 3 goals, something like that.
Who headed it in, dog? The one and
Lanzini produced a nice corner, and it was a really nice right-footed in-swinger.
Yeah.
Who headed it?
Who headed it? I know, God, Bonner, come on.
Beautifully. Bonner got himself in front of every single Tottenham defender, and as he was going in, similarly to Craig Dawson's goal last season.
Agreed.
It was an awkward angle because he was going across goal, but you know,
like, in the right hand corner.
There it goes. And then that puts us into 3-2, and like the West Ham crowd started going mental. Everybody at home watching it from, you know, that support West Ham were going mental. You know, we were on cloud 9. And then right at about the 88th minute, the ball fell to Sissoko. And he drove about a 30-yard shot, and it was on target. And any other goalkeeper may not have got to it, I don't believe, on the day.
Adrian did, though, dog.
Adrian took his hand and pushed it wide, and basically we survived because of that save, I think, on the day. You know, but what a great save that was. And you know, they carried us through for the last couple of minutes or so, and then we got the final whistle. And I mean, Pochettino looked very, very disappointed, but he did go up and congratulate Bilic on the display, and it was quite nice to watch. That was quite nice to see.
It was Pochettino looked like he just lost the league. Like, honestly, it looks like he just lost the league. And like at that time, if you remember, Budgie boy, it was like close calling with Bilic, because like we weren't playing so well, and it's like his job was up for grabs, and it's like if he didn't win that match, it's like he might have lost his job. You know what I'm saying? And it's like. Yeah, that was a very, very, very important win for West Ham United. If those who are watching remember that.
In more ways than one. I mean, it advanced us further on into the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
Obviously, extra revenue for the club, more prestige for the club, etc. We beat what we consider to be our toughest rivals. Now, I don't mean tough in having to, to play against. I mean our most bitter rivals, if you prefer. You know, we
Well,
consider Tottenham to be our hardest rival. So,
yeah.
you know, it's it was sweet in that respect also that we got that. And, you know, to see Slaven Bilic technically outfoxing Pochettino, who everybody rated at the time.
Yeah, I still
See
rate him.
Bilic outfox him in technical ability and with the technical stuff. It was great. It was fantastic to watch. You know, I mean, okay, so we only watched a little 9-minute highlight reel of it, but that was really just for us to remind ourselves of the bigger picture, the game in total. But you know, one of the things that I found about that game was that Coyote was the hub of
He was a rock. He was a rock.
The hub of the midfield. He was playing the role that Mark Noble would normally have played. But while Coyote was there, Noble was able to get forward more often. He was able to get out on the flanks a little more. He was able to drive the team forward more, which is what Declan Rice is doing now.
I know, but you have the comparison of like Declan Rice and Suchek, and that was like Noble and Kouate. Like Noble and Kouate, like I love that pairing. I thought that pairing was so significantly dope because you'd be able to let like one of them go forward while the other one defended, similar as Suchek and Rice.
It was quite a powerhouse as far as pairing is concerned. You know,
Absolutely.
I mean, like, look what was Coyote? 6'4", 6'3".
Oh yeah, that's the least.
Big lad, you know, quite rangy in his physique, but strong. You know.
See, we need a Kouate built like Andy Miles, guys. Straight up, we need a Kouate built like Andy Miles, guys. Or like what's the boy's name? What's the boy's name? Oh, West Ham Network. Anton Baker. Like imagine you had Anton Baker and like Milesy in the midfield, guys. Crazy things, like crazy things, like.
You know, with that game, you know, like I said, you know that it gave us bragging rights over Tottenham and so on and so forth. And you know, I actually think that was a little bit more of a turning point than people realised at the time. You know, up to that point, we were really struggling to get results against Tottenham.
No, 100 against anybody.
You know, because of that result, I believe, because of that result, when they went and opened up the new stadium and they kept winning at it, and then we turned up and we beat them, first team to beat them at the new stadium. I think that kind of helped us along that journey, you know, with the win at Wembley.
Good point, Budgie. Good point, Budgie. Good point. It did. That was like it was like a turning / learning curve. You know what I mean? Like, no, you're 100% right. 100% right.
You know, and also, you know, for us to, because that was at the time we were changing stadiums as well. Well, we knew we had the London Stadium. I think, I can't remember. No, we would have already been at the London Stadium at this time. 2017. Yeah. So, you know, we were kind of struggling for home form ourselves. If you remember rightly, we had one or two decent games at home, but you know, a lot of the time we were struggling for home form, and we were relying a lot on our away form.
Yeah, you know? I hear that. But,
I believe that was one of the turning points for us against Tottenham, where you know we now can grind out a result against them most of the time.
But it was like we went like I know it was at Wembley, but it was North London, and then the next game was North London because it was Arsenal, and stupid Welbeck, like that wasn't a good goal. Like honestly, like Welbeck's goal against Arsenal, us against Arsenal, that wasn't a good goal. Like he was lucky. Like I don't rate Welbeck. I think he's shit. But it's like honestly,
you don't, you know, not all goals are great goals, mate. You know, and you can't always rely on them being great goals. You know.
and a goal is a goal at the end of the day. So
Yeah,
they
yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
they got
look, you know, if I'm going to be completely honest, and this might not be very popular, but
no, go
I think
on.
some of our most important goals have been crap goals.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I hear
Some,
that.
not all,
I
some.
I
You
hear
know,
that. No, I hear that. I hear that, man. It's like sometimes it's like either tap ins missed or tap ins like in the
yeah.
back of the goal. No, you're right. You're right. But that's what I'm saying, Budgie. A goal is a goal, isn't it? So
Wherever it
we
comes from, you know. I mean, you know, when we had that 3-2, sorry, we were 3-0 down against Tottenham, and we
oh
drew 3-3 against them at
that Lanzini goal was
and
fire.
what you got to
Oh
remember is our
oh
second goal, which got us on the way to getting the draw, was an
was
own
gone.
goal.
I know. I
Not a
know.
particularly
No,
great goal as far as West Ham's concerned, is it?
I
Do you
know.
know what I
No, no,
mean?
no, no,
Good
no, no. I
crossing,
hear you. Yeah,
fantastic crossing, but unfortunately it didn't get past the first defender.
one
But
hundred percent.
unfortunately for that defender, he deflected it into the goal.
One hundred
But
percent.
but you know, there are one or two negatives in that game, in that goal. One that he didn't clear the first defender.
Yeah,
Normally you would expect to get the ball past the first defender. But anyway,
yeah.
that's par for the course. But you know,
But
uh, the
that
game that
Lanzini
we just
that Lanzini
been speaking about, though, for me, the reason I chose that one for us to today, Peach, is because it was a game that, as I said, that gave
I
me a
love
little bit more confidence in ourselves against Tottenham. It gave
yeah,
us, as I said, you know, the next stage in a cup competition. You know,
yeah,
you take all the glory you can get in any competition you're in. You
one
know,
hundred percent.
and you
One
know
hundred
the way I see it is disappointment only comes from bad performance. You know,
yeah,
so
yeah,
if I'm disappointed in a game, it's because the team played crap, basically. And
yeah,
to get yourselves into a semi-final of the Carabao Cup, they didn't play crap at all. In the first half, they were overwhelmed, and in the
yeah,
second half, they were overwhelming. So,
yeah.
you
Oh,
know,
I love. Oh, hold on. Rewind back. Say that again, dog. That was like some pundit comment right there, dog. Say that again. Overwhelmed and say that again.
so in the
And
first half, they were
yeah,
overwhelmed, and in the
yes,
second half, they were overwhelming.
yes. I, that is oh facts. That is facts right there. I love that. I love that. That's a nice play on words right there. That's like a double entendre. I love that, man. And you know what? You're 100% right. And yo, they were celebrating like they won the match after they scored the second goal. And then West Ham just came out and like did two things. Pitch fast pass. See you later. Like, oh, what Budgie? What a game to discuss. Honestly, and we could have gone on to win the Carabao Cup that season, man. But everything happens for a reason, so I guess we weren't ready. But oh, I'll never forget like the run up because we didn't have to play in the first round. We just played like second, third, fourth, and fifth,
Yeah,
and I never like that. Honestly, like Slaven Village. You know what? I I remember like being at work in that and like the results that we got under Slaven Village, like beating Man City, beating this team, beating that team, like it was the regular. Like it was insane. Like and we wouldn't beat them by like a high mile. We beat them like 2-1 or this that, like 3-1 or
yeah,
1-0. But what like I think he's a very underrated manager because I like him as a person. I
yeah,
like him as a player for West Ham, and yeah, I just wish things could have gone a bit more better for him because
yeah, yeah.
what a man, what a man, what a man, honestly.
Right, Peach, on this note, mate, I'm going to kind of start wrapping things up, but I am going to go through some comments before we do.
Okay,
Let's see who else
fine,
is
fine.
in the house as well. I've just noticed that a name that wasn't there 10 minutes ago.
Uh-oh.
Right, here we go. Here we go. Let's put me new laptop. I've just bought myself a laptop today, and I'm kind of
What kind of laptop did you buy, bud?
just a cheap little. It's called a Geo. Paid
Okay.
200 quid for it from Argos.
Big up
Cheap.
Geo. Big up Geo.
Yeah, big up Geo.
He was in the chat the other day. Yo, Budgie, did you see that? He was in the chat the other day on Modern Family. He was like chatting with us. I was like, what? Yo, we got legends in the building, dog. Like, yo, it's mad.
So Kieran's saying West Ham were woeful in the first half, but railed it in the second half. I think it said railed.
Yes, sir.
I don't know where the glasses are now. Found them. Here we go. Railed it in the second half and smashed them. Gaza agrees that Coyote, I believe that's Coyote, you mean, would be a good squad player, Budge. Very versatile, has played centre back for Palace as well as defensive midfield. Yeah, he's been brilliant. I mean, I've liked him ever since we got him. I was gutted when we lost him, but there you go. Oh, is Aguerd having his medical now? Well, I don't know, mate. I haven't been know. That's good. Apparently, that's good news.
Yeah, and a young boy from Northern Ireland, or Ireland. I don't know if he's from Northern Ireland or Ireland, but Patrick Kenny or something like that. 17 years old. Moyes is claiming him like the next Wayne Rooney, dog. So like, yo, good place for good days.
Harmony's in the house. Good afternoon, Harmony.
I haven't seen her for ages.
Byram was a poor signing for us. And she's asking, did we go out to Forest on loan pretty soon after this game? Yeah, I think it was within weeks or maybe a couple of weeks.
Who's that, Bud?
Sam Byram.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because he was playing like against Tottenham and that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, run it.
Harmony said she was glad to see the back of him. He had a massive ego problem.
Yeah, he did. He was a bit like Billy Big Boots, wasn't he? Like, yeah.
And Kieran saying, well, we made him a millionaire, so every cloud has a silver lining, really.
Big up Kieran.
Gazza says, Coyote had the legs. He still has, mate. I don't care if he's 32, he's still got the legs, mate. He's still got legs to play. Gaz also says, I used to love Mark Vivian Foe, bless him. Me too, mate. Miss him so much.
I miss Sacco too. I thought Sacco was brilliant, dog. I thought Sacco was the next level, man. Real things, man. Sacco was, he like and he helped us get to like that Tottenham stage at Wembley. Like, he put in goals, dog. Like yeah. Brilliant, man. He was a brilliant player, man. 100%, man. It's a shame you don't got players like that, like in the squad right now, like that, man. Like, I do with the Sacco, I do with the Chekwate. I honestly, like, yeah, I would. Apparently, we're after an African striker, Hooler, and I text Jazzy about it. We're after this African striker, and he's like supposed to be like a big deal. And I forget who he plays for, but like, yeah, he's supposed to be a big deal, man.
Like I keep saying though, really, I'm not really interested in all the speculation and hype around it. I want to know when the Ginger's actually signed and he's got the shirt.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't talk about no transfer things on my show. Just I'm on your show, so I'll talk about transfer things. Because it ain't my show.
I want to talk about transfers, man. Hold on, I think my phone's about to die. Hold on, let me get my charger.
Yeah, get your charger. Let's get another check Kuate. Get your charger. Let's get another check Kuate. 100%. He was dope, man. He was dope. Even like, who's the other boy? Who's the other boy I liked? But he went off and on like a light switch. Freddie Canute. He went off and on like a light switch.
I used to like his character. He had a great character. He was a funny guy. He was
Me
a
too.
funny guy.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I mean,
That,
I've seen footage of him when he was with Tottenham. I've seen footage of him running up behind. I got a feeling it was actually Michel Vorm in training.
oh,
Ran up behind him
okay.
and pulled his shorts down from behind. It was
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. I remember
Really,
that.
really funny.
Yeah.
I think it was Michel Vorm. Yeah,
Yep.
he is one funny guy.
Yep.
One
Yep.
funny guy.
So
Right, listen, I'm going to wrap this up, mate, because I've got
Mark
things to do.
Noble was funny. Mark
I've
Noble
got
was
to
a
be
funny
somewhere
guy.
in half an hour, bud. Eh?
I know, but just saying, Mark Noble, he was a funny chap too. Like when he was playing, just like having banter with like the other team and just like sticking it to them. Like we're gonna miss that, man. Like I want him back at the club in some way or another. Like honestly, man. Like he's
Yeah.
oh man, my love for Mark Noble is like extraordinary. Real talk. Even
Right.
Declan Rice said that. Like Declan Rice was talking like how like he was like thanking Mark Noble or something or other, and then his mother and father like got a hold of Mark Noble and like just thanking him. Like I know you
Right.
want to wrap it up, so I'll shut the f up. But it's like yo, Mark Noble, man, like yo, he needs to be in and around the squad, dog. He
Oh, he will
has
be. He'll definitely be a part of the setup some way, what shape or form.
to.
He'll definitely
I
be a
hope,
part of the setup.
I
Anyway,
hope so.
want to thank everybody that's joined us and commented. Just want to remind you to like the stream, comment if you want to, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, subscribe to West Ham Random, of course, and to Young Peach there. I'm going to play one video for us to go out with. I'm playing this one in honour of the fact that we have his father in the room, Kieran.
Okay, but Budgie, before you do, I want to thank you for having me on the stream. Thank you very much.
No problem, my friend. It was great. Enjoyed
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming on. Thanks for being a part of this little test run. And, you know, we'll get you onto a proper one soon, Peach. All right, mate?
Love it.
Big up. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you real soon. Don't forget, Saturday, the 2nd of July, will be the Matchday Rewind on Saturday morning, 10 a.m. It'll be myself, Kieran, Duke and Gatesy, and hopefully we'll have a guest appearance from an ex-pro. So, till then, take care. And I'm going to play you out with Artisan and some pictures that I put together.
Zen. Yeah. Look, we're just gonna throw some bars in, have a bit of a laugh, have some fun. Hope you guys like it. Much love. You know it is. Come on, you irons. When I jump on a track, I flow like an artist. Lyrical brush, I paint all my hardship. Take off too fast, so strap up your harness. Leaving the ocean parted. Moses, nothing. Needing to find my bro like Raditz. Believe it or know my death's no challenge. I ain't the hardest, can't be rapping and wheeling. Chilling in the back street, chatting. Or we can stand in your place. Handstand down while we dance in your grave. Handstand plan, there's no chance of a fake. I've been a fan cam ram, but the man on the plate unhinged. Hit the bars so hard, see that cringe. Solar bars, changing the colour of your skin. Polar charts, filling the Arctic wind. Know my past, lit in the darkness in. I know it's hard to be the goat at last. I wanna show my cards, I gotta roll with hearts, gotta devote my part to the bro from the start. Might as well go through him, my dart as I load my hope. I'm broke, I chose to go alone. I know my death's from overdose or comatose. Will blow my bro dopes, a rope, a use a choke, abuse a coach, diffuse at home. Tips up a pound, gives up on crowns, trips up, falls down, sits up on ground, sits up and out. Through bubbles and bounce, lives ups and downs. She comes around, it's us without the us and ours. How the fuck did I wake up here from the haze and beers and the games and beers? How the fuck do I make it clear? I don't chase that gear that I hate from fearing. This is just a test of flows. And my grades are the best with those. Tell me that I'll let it go. That we frozen, let it float. Nah, we got that pound hidden in a mattress. Evergreen, not Everdeen, not Katniss. Snakes there, changing their faces. Too many catfish. Cause I'm a beast in the East. G's leaving these heat beats, needing to keep free. Pleasing the peeps we see in the seas. Need heaps in the aqua. Deep to the backup, creeping the black up. Flee from the sergeant, dress up to dapper. I am the one, no matter. My tracks are tuney, you boys are loony. Calling him Clooney, just another actor. Your bitch mouth like a Fuji, passing around like a doobie. Taking her out, she's a foodie. I am a dragon, she slew me. And this is just a test of flows, hence the road ends at home. Dress and don't finesse the flow up. Hiroshima, you know I'm gonna blow up, cause the market needs another glow up. Flesh is getting harder, man's not gonna show up. When I jump on a track, I flow like an artist. Lyrical brush, I paint all my hardship. Take off too fast, so strap up your harness. Leaving the ocean parted, Moses nothing. Needing to find my bro like Raditz. Believe it, I know my death's no challenge. I ain't the hardest, can't be rapping and wheeling. Chilling in the back street, chatting, yeah.